My name is Chris. In this video, Holly and I are going to show you core, back, and glute exercises using this stool. Let's get started. Let's start with a core exercise. We're going to grab the sides of the stool, power up with our deepest abs, and round our sacroiliac joint. This exercise targets your transverse abdominis. We can also use this stool for deep squats. This exercise targets your glutes, your back, and your pelvic floor. Here's a stretch for your hamstrings. Holly is going to straighten her arms, straighten her legs. Next, we're going to look at the seated hip hinge. This exercise targets glute and back strength. This exercise can be done with your hands and arms assisting, or you can set your hands on your hips for more challenge. Let's move on to the touch squat. Again, we're in a wide stance. In this exercise, we hinge forwards at the hips and then power up. This exercise targets your glutes. When you sit in a stool, you can open your hips up, and this naturally stacks your lower back into the neutral lumbar spine. Here's a great exercise with a resistance band. Holly's going to bring the band up and behind her back. Then she's going to press the band wide. I call this the pec squeezer. This exercise targets the muscles of your chest. One of my favorite movements with this band is the around the world. The key to this exercise is to keep constant tension in the band through the entire movement. I like this next stretch a lot. It's a stretch for the intercostal. Holly's going to wrap one hand around the back of her head, put an elbow to a knee, and then bring up the active elbow. This will stretch out the side of the body, the active side of the body. Let's move on to the seated spiral. And then cross an arm in front of the active leg. Then she presses down into the stool behind her and spirals towards the active leg. And target the spiral into the thoracic spine. Let's go down to the floor for the pelvic tilt. Holly's going to use her deep abdominals to tilt up her tailbone. This is another exercise for your transverse abdominis. I really like this next exercise. I call it a reverse plank. Holly's going to press up her pelvis, straighten her leg, and then lift her upper body. This exercise targets the middle and upper abs. This stool gives us a great entrance into the thread the needle. She's going to reach under and then unwind and reach up. The stool dramatically changes the semantics or internal experience of the exercise. From here, there's an advanced stretch for the quad. I'm always looking for the perfect glute exercise, and this is a good one. It's a variation of the hip thruster. Holly's going to press up her pelvis, and this exercise targets the glute of the bent leg. We're going to finish with a couple advanced exercises. First, we're going to do the back lunge. She'll step into her back lunge and then push back up. A back lunge targets your glute. You can also do this with the dumbbell. We're going to finish with another advanced exercise. Holly's going to hold the yoga block to one side, bring up her active leg, and then we're going to do 20 pulses. This exercise targets your glutes and back. Well, that wraps up this preview of the Pilates exercise stool. If you would like more information about incorporating these stools into your own Pilates or yoga class, you can contact us with the information at the end of this video.